Morning, Pie.
Good morning, God.
I'm just going to warm up for a second. Okay, are we rolling?
Standing by.
Okay, buddy, hit the theme. Cue Lisa.
Lisa's on mat leave.
Oh, that's wonderful. What did she have?
A baby.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
A beautiful girl.
Muzzle tough. Good for her. We need more girls. How long is Matt leave? Never mind. Cue the theme. I'll do the VO. You know, I do have the voice of God. My theme. My theme. Thank you, Pie. This is Yes We Canada, the Progressive's Guide to Getting the Fuck Out. Episode 54, The Exit Interview. I'm God in Montreal. Our guest today, former President of the United States, Joe Biden. President Biden, welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's great to be here. But please, God, call me Amtrak Joe.
Okay, that's a product placement, which I do not do. I'll call you Joe. You call me G. Pleasure to have you. We always have time for former presidents here on the pod.
Oh, you know, I'm just a kid from Scranton. Jill, can you get that? There's somebody at the door. I don't know where the door is actually in there. Maybe it's the window.
Not the doorbell, Joe. You're wrong. That's not the doorbell. You are wrong, and I think that this might be the core of the problem. It has been a very long time since you have been a kid from Scranton.
I still don't know where the window is, and it's not a joke. It's G is malarkey.
There's nothing wrong with getting old, Joe. We all do it. Look at me. But there is something wrong with thinking that the presidency of the United States is a 10 to 4 gig Monday through Friday. There is something wrong with this.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin.
And this.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president.
And this.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare, and I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Now, God, with respect, press conferences are hard. Surely you stumbled at some of your press conferences on occasion.
Mr. President, let me clarify something for you. I don't do press conferences. I don't do pool sprays. I don't do press gaggles. When I need to send a message or spin a policy, I do floods, fires, and thunder. I love thunder. Sometimes, when I'm really pissed, I do volcanoes. Joe, look, I know you have been a good Catholic. I know you've gone to church religiously. I appreciate the ticket sales. Don't get me wrong, but what on earth gave you the idea that you were fit to president for another 4 years?
Okay, well, let me tell you something, and this is true. I mean it. Donald Trump is the biggest threat to democracy. And I beat him once, and I could do it again. We're the United States of America, and when we put our mind to it, there's nothing we can't do. There's nothing that the greatest country in the world.
Okay, Joe, I got it. I'm going to stop you there with all respect. I've heard that spiel for the last 45 years. It's how you have ended every single speech, oig volt. Joe, let me put this out there. I was proud of your work as president.
Thank you.
Yours was perhaps the most humanist presidency in history. You worked hard for the working people. You cared. You knew how to get stuff done. I was proud of what you accomplished. You followed my son's teachings on caring for the disadvantaged beautifully. But I ask myself, what is it that I did when I created man? What did I do that makes man hold on to power at all costs? What did I get wrong when I created the male ego?
Male ego? Have you met Dr. Jill Biden?
Have we met? Joe, I made Jill Biden.
Yeah, me too. No joke. I mean it.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
Joe, your wife, she's a teacher, is that right? I was getting teacher vibes.
All right, so, teacher, yeah, but here, let me tell you something. Major. I got a dog named Major. He's a good dog. I like him a lot. He doesn't like everybody else, though, because, Secret Service, they're not nice. And then, so, Jill was there, and I'm talking, now my father, he always used to say...
Joe, I'm sorry to interrupt, but now... I'm your father, who art in heaven, and I'm deeply trying to understand why your family and your advisors thought it was a good idea for you to stay in the second most demanding gig on Earth for another 4 years. I don't get it.
Hold on there, G. What's, you see it's the second most demanding gig?
Joe, do you think being God is easy? I don't even have a chief of staff.
I tell you, I thought the Pope was your chief of staff, honestly.
No.
No, well, listen, now, Pope Bobby, that's the thing I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. And then, well, I tell you, so in my lifetime, we had a bunch of popes, and then I had one bad debate, is what I'm saying. And a lot of my predecessors, they had a bad debate, Barack, Ronnie. And, come on, G. One bad debate. Come on. Talk about bad debates. How about this? Roll it.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
God, my staff told me the polls were good. My staff told me I won the nomination, which is nice of them. And my staff told me that I could win.
Well, Jake Tapper from CNN and Alex Thompson from Axios told me that your staff was sugarcoating so they could hold on to their high-powered Washington jobs. Joe, that is not how you save a democracy.
Gee, you don't know that. And all my life, people counted me out when I was a kid back in Trenton. Hold on, there was a doorbell again.
Scranton.
I was a kid in Scranton with a stutter, and everybody teased me and said, he's never going to amount to anything. And then when I wanted to run for president, and then when I wanted to run for president again, and then the next time I ran for president, and then finally in 2016, Obama wouldn't endorse me, and then I ran in which comes after 16? 2020. And everyone said I said, you had no chance of winning, too old. And then what did I do? I won. Because I'm a fighter. And it starts, when you're a kid in Scranton, then you fight, and America is the greatest country in the world, and there's nothing we can't do No, bunch of malarkey. I'm not kidding. It's not a joke.
Joe, I'm going to stop you there again. I get it. I get it completely. I want to cycle back, though, to the male ego, because I got to figure out what it is in the male ego that makes smart people, such as yourself, unwilling to relinquish power until they're crapping in their pants. I just have to know this.
Well, have you ever seen Air Force One? It's a hell of a plane.
Now, Joe, you're showing your age. Air Force One, the jet is 35 years old. Did you see the plane the Qataris gave Trump? Now that's an airplane. 747-8, tricked out. That's a pimped ride, oikvolt. Me, but I don't care about material things. I fly commercial. Well, I did until Southwest started charging for baggage.
Excuse me, G. I know this is the exit interview, but I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Actually, Joe, let me clarify something. It's not an exit interview so much as it's an onboarding interview for your next position. But anyway, shoot.
I didn't follow all that. I'll ask Jill what it means later. But my question is this a prank call? Because you sound a lot like Bernie Sanders.
Wrong again, Joe?
Hold on, someone's at the door again, I heard.
Bernie Sanders sounds a lot like God. Joe, of course, you know what James said in 4:7, right? He said, God, that's me, opposes the proud and gives grace to the humble. It was not humble of you to think that you were the only one who could beat Trump. It was pride. 82 years old. The oldest serving president in American history. When you started your campaign in 2019, you said you were going to be a transitional president. What exactly were you transitioning to? Rigor mortis?
God, that's a funny joke. I gotta tell you, I've been reading the Bible my whole life. I had no idea you're this funny.
Not always so funny, Joe. In fact, I'm really not happy to tell you this, but you are presently on God's shit list.
Oh, that's not fair. You know, when I read Trump's plans, and I don't know, I think it was 22, or one of those numbers, I can't tell them apart anymore. He said, you know, I'm going to be a dictator on day one. That's what he said. It's the only number I remember is one. He said, dictator on day one, and Roe v. Wade is going to be over, and birthright status for millions of immigrant families over. He's going to cut Medicare. He's going to cut Obamacare. He cut science, education, and of course the main thing he's going to cut is the taxes for the billionaires. You know, you hear these things, and then you think about all the progress we made when I served in the Senate as vice president and as president. And it's just, you know, you might not know this being God, but it's human nature to want to protect a country that I love so much. I mean, right now, while we're talking, he's got 2,000 National Guard troops in Los Angeles looking around for a riot that doesn't exist. And did you see the end of his, what they call it, bromance with Elon? It's all so unprofessional. A man's a fool. He attacks our friends. He trying to make Canada the 51st state. And then you see the way he talked to Zelensky. He just makes me so mad. I can't contain myself. And I'm sorry. Look, Trump said he's going to lock up my friends, my colleagues, and my family. I've already lost so much family. I barely got any family left to lose, honestly. And I think, I don't know about everybody else, but I can't stand by while that happens. I got to do something. I mean, what was I going to do? Quit? Who quits at a time like that? I did what I thought was best. I did. And I beat him once, and I could do it again. You don't count a Biden out. America is the greatest country in the world, and if we put our minds to it, there's nothing that we can't...
Once again, I feel for you, son, but I've got to get in a station ID and a commercial break.
Oh, you got to pay the bills.
You're listening to Yes We Canada, the Progressive's Guide to Getting the Fuck Out. Go to yeswecanada.com/buzzsprout.com, hit the subscribe and support button. For as little as $3 a month, you can support this wonderful pod and cancel whenever you want. And don't forget, I'm God. I just asked you to do something. I subscribe. You should too. Tell them God sent you. Okay, back to the pod. Welcome back. I'm here with former President Joe Biden.
Oh, it's great to meet you. Thanks for having me.
Sure, it's great to meet me, yeah. I just want to check something for you. St. Peter sent me this morning. I don't know what... Okay, I've just got to look through here for a sec. I don't know why he keeps using faxes, for God's sakes. But anyway...
I don't like it. The paper gets all curly up and you can't read it.
It's crazy. Okay, let me just see here. Okay, infidelity, insider trading, incels. Oh.
No, they didn't prove that.
Right, here it is. Inferno. Let's see, Donald J. Trump is on the list. J.D. Vance, Russell Voigt, Steve Miller. Oh, no surprise there. Elon Musk, Pam Bondi, Mike Johnson, Kristi Noem, Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, Robert Kennedy. Oh, little Marco. Oh, Peter Navarro. Okay, that's pretty much normal. Okay, this is good, Joe. This is good. You're not on the Inferno list, as we call it up here.
Well, my dad always used to say, when you get knocked down, you get up, way up.
I feel for you, Joe. Again, I feel for you. It is possible that no other Democrat could have won.
My dad always said...
It is possible that this moment,
when your
country is being run by a narcissist felon in a diaper,
you get up again.
And his crew of white racist nationalists, maybe this was unavoidable.
Way up.
It just means I have a lot more work to do, which does not please me, because if you think you're old, for fuck's sakes, I'm ancient. Pie, beep out the fuck, would you? It's not appropriate, for God. Joe,
Oh, hold on, there was a doorbell again.
Not the doorbell, Joe. It's not the doorbell. Okay. Joe, I will see you and Dr. Biden on Sunday at Mass.
Amen. Listen, we're a nation of possibilities.
Oh, no.
Of dreamers and doers. The United States of America's greatest country on earth.
Oh, my God.
And if we put our mind to it, there is nothing, absolutely nothing we can't do in these United States of America. May God bless.
Okay. I'm doing the blessing here, okay? I'm already shut up with the exceptionalism. I get it. It's tiresome.
No, hold. Just wait one more thing. I just got to... may God bless the United States of America.
Oi. Theme out. Okay, cue Lisa. Matt leaves over.
Thanks for listening to Yes We Canada. Remember to hit like and subscribe. You can also support our work with a paid subscription at patreon.com/yeswecanada. Our sound designer and engineer is Pi Salen Cutler. The role of Joe Biden was performed by Nicholas Gray. The theme to Yes We Canada was written by Matt Zimbel and Doug Wild and performed by Manteca. My name is Lisa Evans, and I'm your announcer. Until next time.
I like that song. It's got a beat.